Hi, this is Blake Davenport with the Davenport Group of Long and Foster, bringing you this week's real estate tip of the week. This week, we're going to be talking about the post-settlement occupancy addendum, or as it's often referred to, the rent-back addendum. So we're going to be talking about what it is and what you need to know when submitting it with a multiple offer situation. So let's jump in. So a post-settlement occupancy addendum is an addendum added to the main contract, acting as like a mini lease, allowing the current owner or seller to rent the property back for a period of time after settlement. So after settlement happens, the buyer actually owns the property, but then they're renting it back to the owner or seller for a period of time. Typically, this happens when the seller has another house, or they're moving to a different area and they just need a little bit more time, or they need time to pack. If the settlement time is a shorter period, typically the rent back is for a couple weeks to a month. Typically is not more than 2 months, because if this is going to be your primary residence, all lenders require that it is your primary residence within 60 days of owning the home. So typically the rent back is for less than 60 days, but it just varies case by case. In the addendum itself, the main points are the period of time in which they're renting it back for, the cost of renting it back. There's several different options. You can either do a flat fee over the period, you can charge by day, or what's commonly done is you're charged based on the carrying costs. So say the new buyer's carrying cost for a month, or their monthly payment is going to be $3,000, and they're renting it for 30 days, then the total cost would be $3,000. But if it was 2 weeks, it would just be the daily cost for those 2 weeks. So it varies, by the buyer of how long or how much the rent back is for, and then you're going to have a security deposit like a mini lease. Essentially, since you will be owning the property, you will be renting it back, and in case something were to be damaged after you own or settled on the property, and then when you did the final walkthrough after the occupancy, post-occupancy or renting period, if there's something wrong, that's where you can draw back on that security deposit that's held by the title company. One of the things I want to point out about a rent back addendum that's very important in a multiple offer situation, and a strategy that I've used with this that has won or been successful in helping our clients win in a multiple offer situation, is making the rent back either cheaper or completely free. Because typically in multiple offer situations in this area, they're going to have escalation addendums, and they're going to go up in X increments, but it doesn't factor the rent back period. So someone could potentially escalate higher than you, but they might be saying you need to pay our carrying costs on the rent back, versus if you offer it for free, it could be the difference between you winning and losing. So again, it's going to be a case-by-case basis, but by letting the current owner rent it back for free, while it does cost you kind of some money up front, it could be the difference between you winning and losing, and it has been the difference for me. So, that's something to consider. But again, a post-settlement occupancy agreement is basically, as I was saying before, just a mini rent back after settlement, where you own it and you're leasing it out to the former owners. So that's this week's real estate tip of the week. If you'd like to learn more about the home buying process, click the link below to access our home buyer's guides. But again, thanks for tuning in to this week's real estate tip of the week. Bye-bye.